I think I heard from you, Roger, that the Chinese weighting in the index funds is about to increase. Is that true?
Oh, very much so. I think it's going to be a fourfold increase that MSCI has announced over the next 24 months. They bought 250 odd Chinese companies last year. I suspect a similar amount this year, something in that order. In the case of Bloomberg Barclays Aggregate Global Index, they have announced the desire to purchase 364 Chinese companies, A shares, right out of China mainland, and put them in that index where $54 trillion of funds under management is automatically buying. All that in the next 20 months. Just imagine, as the Chinese see the avenue open to put trillions of dollars of funds under management into our cap markets over the next, say, 36 months. You know, one day the American people wake up, maybe 150 million of them more that are in the markets, and realize that 12%, 14%, 17, 22%, who knows, but double digits of their pension systems, of their retirement plans, of their IRAs are in Chinese securities. Imagine what that does to the China lobby. We think it's big today. What happens if sanctions against China or penalties of any kind are going to result in damage to the value of their retirement accounts? You're going to hear from all of them, and that's kind of checkmate, isn't it, Kevin?
Oh, absolutely. If you have mobilized that many investors and their economic interest requires that we be soft on China, the politicians will be soft on China. And the other side of that, which is equally dangerous and horrible, is that because these are A shares, the Chinese government could say, well, we deny any foreign ownership. And they use the laws that are already in place to literally cut off access to what you thought you bought and paid for, you no longer have access to. This puts us in a very vulnerable position. So what's the answer? What do we do about this, Roger?
Well, we start with enforcing market principles. I mean, we don't have to jump to draconian solution sets here, like immediately trying to excise all Chinese companies from our markets or anything of the kind. We don't need sanctions necessarily. We don't need restrictions. If we just insisted on enhanced disclosure requirements for those Chinese companies entering our markets and retroactively taking a hard look at those already here for national security and human rights related abuses, which constitute material risk to share value and corporate reputation, and those of their networks of subsidiaries, it's not just the parent company. You've got to look at the entire family tree. That's the kind of scrutiny that China and Russia both require. And short of that, the American people are not going to understand what's in there, who these folks really are, and what kind of asymmetric material risk they represent to their portfolios and the share values of those companies. So if we were merely to take a step as straightforward as that and as seemingly benign as that, it would have a material difference. Why? Because the Chinese are not interested in disclosing such information. They don't want to tell you that they're South China Sea island builders or militarizing those islands. They don't want to tell you that they've been engaged in underwriting nuclear and ballistic missile activities in North Korea, or they violated sanctions of the United States in the past, or they're cyber hackers, or they're advanced weapons manufacturers. They're not keen to let you know that they're serial PLA contractors. All of these types of things are happening today in our markets and with the American people's money. We can just say no. We can take action here.